Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here for a new DIY, and of course I hope you have everything on your table also and you are going to join me right now. So we have, of course, what we need is the smaller tumbler tile blocks. I always say make sure that you have 4 until 5 packages laying around in your stash so you can make every DIY. Of course, I have here my container with everything inside. Just use any container and just use anything you like to use. Of course, I have here my mud pots, I would say, my wood glue, and of course I use the brand Bookends, but you can use any brand you like. You can use some hot glue, but be careful that it doesn't fall apart. Of course, I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel, which is wet, and of course some example for paint. You choose any paint or spray paint you like. So these are the main pieces we need for this DIY. What we're going to make, I am really not sure, but I think it has to be kind of a bookends, but with a twist. So we will see how this will turn out. So we are going to start with the bottom of the bookends, and of course we have 2 bookends on each side. One, of course, I think you already know that. So, but we are going to start with the bottom, and we do immediately both of them. So we need 4 rows of 7 blocks. So 4 rows of 7 blocks. So we're going to lay them flat on the table. We do the smallest line. We do some glue, and we row them very easy together this way. And of course this number 7 is of course the closure up. You saw already I was just gluing further and further, but of course we only need to glue 6, and number 7 is the closure up. And this way. Now we do the second bottom of the bookend, and this is only the start of the bottom, so not the side of the bookend, only the bottom. So we're going to row them easy together, and this is the last block, and we're going to squeeze them this way, and we're going to press on the side, press it from within to the outside, and always go back and press from the outside to give it extra pressure, so you get the blocks nicely glued together, because you want that it is a nice piece. And of course if you use a carpenter square you don't have this problem. I do it already for years, just out of hand, but do whatever you think it's right. Of course I'm going to wipe away the glue over here and over here and over here, and I'm going to turn it over because I want to do the back side also. But of course if you want to turn it over, make sure that you do it fast. Just move it, place it on the side, clean up, and turn it the other way. Again, do it fast. Over here, place it straight up, because it is totally not dried yet. So again, over here, do the other side, and the last one, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and do the other one. And always go back and look for if you still have a nice straight line. That's really important, that you always go back and look for that you still have a nice straight line. So again, we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So now we're going to turn this two, and of course this one we're going to place one on the side. We do some glue over here, and we place one over here, and we place it down, and we connect it with the other one. Of course this way is a little bit better to squeeze. So you see already, make sure that you also have the sides. We place this one down and this one on top. And again, you see already some open gaps because we want to fill it in. That's why we only wait a couple of minutes. And you see already this block is a little bit smaller than the other one, but I'm going to try to work with it and make it fit in, because it's always a waste of your block to throw it away. And with this DIY, I think I can get away with it. But of course, if you have something which is really showing on the outside, then it's a little bit more difficult to let it stay. So we're going to let this two pieces dry in for at least 10 minutes. So now we laid our two pieces to rest for a little moment, and of course we're going to make the bottom a little bit more like a high-end look, because if you are looking this way you only see a small yeah, little plank. That's not really a nice sight to see. So you want to give it a little bit more volume, and that's why we have 8 rows of 2. So 8 rows of 2, and because I don't want to spend too much of the block, so that's why I'm going to make a kind of a frame. So we have 8 rows of 2, and we're going to glue them together. So just place them and connect them this way. So now we do this one and this one and the last, and we're going to just going to squeeze them in a straight line, and we over here and just make all 8 of them connecting nicely together, and give them at least, I think 10 minutes is more than enough. 10 minutes rest and wipe away the glue you don't need. So now we have our 8 pieces of 2, and we're just going to lay them on the side. We're going to get one of the planks. What we're going to do is very easy. We're just going to place it in this way, so the blocks are directing this way. We're going to do some glue under here, and we place this one exactly on the ending. And we're not going to press it yet because we need to move it still around. We do some glue on this one and a little on the top and on this top, and we place it on this side. We do here the same on this one, and a little on the underside, and we place this one on this side. And then the last one we only need to glue on the underside, and we place this over here, and we're going to gently give it a little bit of the pressure and feel with your fingers, and this way and this way, and just make it in the shape you like. And of course on this side and on this side he's sticking over a little bit. I show it to you in a moment, but of course first I'm going to give it a little bit pressure, and over here and connect it nicely with each other this way, and feel with your fingers. So always go back, go look that everything has a nice shape. For me it is done, and I'm going to do the second one a little faster. So in the meantime, while our bottoms are drying, we are going to start with one backside from one book stand is 4 rows of 7. So 4 rows of 7 blocks, and we're going to lay them down the same like we did with the bottom. And of course we're going to glue the smallest line, and I'm going to do this one together with you. And of course I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can. But let me know in the comments if you are decorating also with some book stands. I loving them, especially the older ones, which are really, I think oak you call it. At least, yeah, the brown old wood. I don't know how you call it in English. At least we call it donker eiken. So that's a lot different than probably you will do it in English. But of course you learn every day new words. So the glue is not want to come out anymore. So I'm going to look for what's the problem. So I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to make here the same. Place them together, squeeze it. Be careful that it doesn't pop out. And if it does, don't worry. Just glue them together again, press it together, and you still can go further again. That's the greatest about wood glue. It's very forgiving. So again, squeeze it, and I'm going to wipe away the glue. And in the meantime, while these 4 rows of 7 are drying, we have 2 rows of 4, and we're going to do some glue on the tops. And he really doesn't want to do it anymore. He has really no fun in gluing with me together again. So over here, you see, yes, there he is. Now I have enough for all the blocks. Again, over here, and I'm going to row them together this way. I do here the same. Now he wants to go run as crazy. Don't mind me. I'm sorry. I was a little distracted by my wood glue. So again, I'm going to wipe away the glue like this. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. Make sure that before you let it rest, you have everything in the straight line. So now we are letting this to dry, and we're going to get with this 4. So we place one on the side over here, and I'm going to do some glue on the top over here. I'm going to place this one on the side, doing some glue over here, and the last, because number 4 is the closure up, and we're going to place them down this way and this way and this way, and we're going to be careful, and we're going to gently squeeze them together. And it doesn't matter if it falls apart, you just glue it together again this way. You just press them, and this way you easily can fill in the open gaps. But even when you saw already it breaks open, but it doesn't matter, you just squeeze it on the side again, and you just wiping away the glue, and you get one nice plank over here. Always look for the sides also this way, and we're going to let this dry in. So now we're going to get one of the 4, and we're going to do some glue on the smallest line of the smallest side of the block. We're going to place this over here, and we make sure that we have it on the ending of this line, and we do here the same. We do on the smallest line of smallest side of the block, we do some glue, and we place this one also at the ending of this side. And again, we're going to squeeze it. Feel with your fingers that here it is straight. Over here and over here, I'm going to get out the glue and fill in and give it some pressure lightly to the top. And again, we're going to let this dry in also before we're going to place it against the bottom. So now I'm going to get one of my bottoms, and of course you have, this is the opening on the inside. At least I use this for the inside, and I'm going to, you even can do it this way, and you make a kind of a little basket over here, so you can do some greenery inside. But I'm going to go for this look. So I'm going to make a kind of an podium, how you call it, a stage. So I'm going to place this one down. I'm going to do some glue on the underside, on this side, and over here, and over here. And then I place it down, and I'm going to place this one straight up. I'm going to look for which one I like the best for the front, and then we're going to glue this one against each other. So very easy, over here and over here, and we're going to let it dry in for at least a half hour. But of course we need to make something for on top of here, so we have time enough. So I'm going to make the second one. So, and you see already for the second piece of course of our bookend, we have again 4 rows of 7. So 4 rows of 7, and I will glue them together. So I glued all 4 pieces of 7 already right now, and I'm going to squeeze them the same like we did with the other one. And again, I'm going to squeeze at the ending and over here. And then I'm going to wipe away the glue again and make it straight again and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, while these 2 are resting, of these 4 of 7 are resting, we are going to do again 4 blocks on the top, and we just simply glue them together until one piece. And if you do this kind of adjustment on your piece, that always gives a more like a high-end look than if you do it without, because then it's only one block and it looks it is okay. Of course you can do with some beads, and you can change it up with something else, or for some glamstones. But if you like a little bit more like me, and you do more like the old and rustic style, then maybe it's always better than to change it a little bit further than you normally would do. So I'm going to let them rest also. So again, from the 4 pieces of 7, I'm going to place 3 of them on the side. Again, the same like we did with the first one. Make sure that you have a little glue on each of the blocks. And of course, I need to glue on top of the blocks, not on the side. But you see already, sometimes you want to do it too fast. Then it doesn't work. Believe me, it doesn't. You just take your time for it. That's always better than what I do. You're going to squeeze it, press it together this way, over here, and we make sure that also the sides have a nice straight line. And this way, if you only wait a couple of minutes, then you can easily fill in the open gaps. But if you did wait too long and the gaps are not changing or not moving, then do some speckle or some wood filler inside of it and you make it smooth. If it does annoy you, because I don't mind, because I like old pieces, drifted pieces, but if you don't like that, then fill it up. Of course, I'm going to let this dry also. So again, we are also doing on this one, we do some glue on the smallest side of the blocks and we're going to fill it in with some glue, and we place this one on the ending again, the same like we did with the other one. Give it some pressure and make sure that it settles nicely. We do here the same. We do some glue on the smaller side and we place this one also over here and give it some pressure again, the same like we did with the other one. And this is just taking your time, do it relax and just feel with your fingers and just go around it. And you see already I need to go a little bit more to the outside and over here, go around, wipe away the glue, and again make sure that you have a nice line over here and over here. And if you do, then let it rest for at least a minute of 10-15. So now we do the same with we do with the first one. We are going to get one of our stands, and again I'm going to use this side. I'm going to place it over here. Of course, I'm going to take this one up. I'm going to do some glue on this side. And again, go around, over here and over here. Oh, you see already? I don't even see what I'm doing. So place it down and we place this one straight. You see already? Straight up. And I want to look if which one I like the best. I'm going to go for this side. So I have to place this one straight up and I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to press it together. Make sure that all the pieces are connecting. And if they do, just let them dry in for at least a half hour. So now we have the base of our two bookends, and of course they are looking if everything is correctly. You have a very simple one, and this is the first one. Of course, now we need to make something unique for the inside. So I'm going to try to swirl something to the top. So we will see if this will work or not. We have two pieces of 3 because we are going to make for both of them one. So we're going to do some glue on the smallest side of the blocks. We do here also and over here, and we're going to let them dry in for a little moment. So now we have our two bottoms for each book stand one. We are going to take 4 blocks. What we're going to do, we are going to do some glue on the top side and we're going to glue them this way against each other. We do some glue on this side and we're going to do this on the inside. And now this one, we only do some glue on the top side and on a little bit on the inside. And if everything is correctly, you can easily place it in and you have your own little square. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. We're going to make now the second one because we need for both of them. So we place the blocks on the smallest side. We do some glue over here. We place them against each other. We're going to squeeze it this way. We do some glue on this side. We're going to squeeze this one over here. And now the last, we do some glue on the tops and on the inside. And we place it over here and give it some pressure. And of course, if you have the shape you want, then let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So now we have our 2 little squares. We are going to get one of 3. We're going to do some small line at the ending over the block this way. We do some over here and some glue over here, this way, like this. And then we're going to place it gently on top of here in the middle, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure. We do here the same. You see already, he's already gone. He's already gone. This is I make a square with my glue over here, and I'm going to place it also on top of here in the middle, and give it some pressure and let it dry in for a little moment, and then wipe away the glue. And of course, if you are not really this is not really handy to do it with our kitchen towel, that's why I have a little small brush, and I'm going to go easy around the lines and remove the glue this way. So now we're going to get our hot glue, because with wood glue this would be too time conceiving, how it takes too much of your time. We are going to do one block. What we're going to do, we do very easy, we do some glue over here, just a little bit over here, and we make one block, we place it on top of here, and we make sure that the point of this block is on the point of the under block. So I show it to you in a moment, don't worry. This way. So you see, this is the under block, and the point of this block is on this one, is straight line over here. And I'm going to do again another row of a little line with my hot glue, and again I do here the same. I measure it out, and I have this one on the ending of this one. So again, squeeze it. We do some glue over here again, and we place this one on top, and again make sure that the point is on this point before you give it some pressure. Don't press too hard or else it will break. We do again over here, and you can wait a little moment in between if you want to be sure that the hot glue is also dried. And again, make sure that the point is direct into each other. And you see already there is coming a little stair. We're going to go around, and this will be kind of a swirl for on top of your bookend, but you also can place it as a stand. You don't have to use it as a bookend, of course. I have to remove the glue over here, and I'm going to do some glue on the ending over here, and we place this one on top, and again we do this point on this point, and we make sure that we have the glue away. Always be careful that you don't burn yourself. And again over here we place this one on top, and again from point to point, and let it rest in for a little moment. And I'm going to do as long as he is in the, I think I will tell you in a moment how many blocks it will be, because then you are sure that you have the same stair that I have over here. I'm going to give it some pressure, and this is really easy. It looks harder, but it is not hard to do. And of course, if it breaks, we just start over, and again from point to point. And I'm going to wipe away this glue, because we don't want too much glue on this side. And I think we need one block over here, and I'm going to place this one again from point to point this way. And if I'm correctly, you see already this block has the same direction as this block. So in totally I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks for this swirl. And of course you can go as high as you like, but for mine he has to be fitting inside of my frame. So I'm going to let this dry in totally, and I'm going to make the second one. So and you see already we have our two swirls, and of course you can even glue them together. If I'm correctly, I have to look for how. Yeah, you can do it this way, and then you have a total one. You see, like this. It's easy, just make two pairs and you can glue them on top of here, and you also have a nice stand for in your home. So you just make it on the spot. I'm going to place this one aside, and I'm going to go to my little boxes because I'm going to use them as little pieces, which way I do later some greenery inside, or maybe a little bunny. You can place anything on top of here. So, and of course I already have a change of mind with my little boxes. You see that later, but of course what I didn't tell you, don't forget to do one of the side of the stairs to the left side and one of the stairs on the right side, because or else they don't fit, because you have a book stand and they are next to each other, so you have to have them next to each other. So one you do the right way and the other one you do the left way. So don't forget that, because you see already if you place them this way you can easily see them this way, they have an opposite direction. So now we're going to do the next step. And here you see already all the pieces we made, 2 of our stands and of course 2 of the kind of ladders, and we have 2 little boxes, how you call it. And of course, like I told you earlier, I think I'm going to change my mind about the box, but we will see where I will end up with. You can change everything every moment when you are making your DIY, but I really hope that I explained it right, that you need to do both of the stairs in a different side. One is turning this way and the other one is turning that way. So you just have to make them in the different way. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get my paint and I'm going to paint them. I'm going to do this too, I think in the black color, and I'm going to do this one in the white color. So, and of course my white is always a little bit shiny through that the wood is still coming through the painting. So I'm going to paint this. So all the pieces are painted. What I'm going to do, I did go to my stash and I did have some Scrabble wooden ladders. You also can buy if you are in the thrift store and you find the board game Scrabble. You can also buy them. I have here the bigger version, and with my version was also 2 stars. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place them inside of here in my box. And I'm going to use it kind of a sign, but you also can make some little picture from your family or maybe your children or something else you can place inside of here. You can also make some boxwood inside of here and then make it a totally little green piece. But I think I'm going to go for this one, but I'm still debating if I will do the greenery or not. So, because you know I love greenery, so I'm not sure what I will do. But you see in a moment if it will be greenery or if I do the stars inside. So I didn't come out with if I put the greenery or the thing, but I'm going to choose for the stars. But I'm still not sure. Maybe later I will do some greenery over it. So I'm not sure, so I'm going to place this one inside and do some wood glue. And I'm just very gently place this one over here. Of course, if everything is correctly, it does fit. But of course, sometimes you have to help it a little bit over here. And just press it down. And we do here the same. And we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So you see already I placed my stand my bookend on a piece of paper kitchen towel, and I will have here a little stair. I'm going to do some glue over here like this, and I'm going to place this inside, and you can place it anywhere you like. Of course I have to look for where I want to have it. Of course I need to, and then I'm going to press it together and I'm going to let it dry in, but you can place it anywhere you like. So, and the last step I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to place a little frame on top of here, so it is on the ending on the stair on top. So I'm going to do some glue over here, very easy, and I'm just going to place it really on top of my stair, and I'm going to press it down, And we're going to let this dry, and this is the last step. Of course, I'm going to do the other one also, but you see in a moment now the quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks bookends. And I know they are a little bit different than normal, but I am really love how they turned out. Of course, I hope you give this one a try. And you see already on the table, I'm a collector from old books. My oldest book is 1914. I am really happy that I found it. So I hope you enjoy this. If you are new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up and hit the bell. And of course, everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.